All right, let's have a take two. The last video wouldn't upload, so let's try this again. We're going to talk about holding your hobby knife. I see a lot of you people holding your knives like this, or holding your knives like this. This is the wrong way to hold your knife. We want to hold our knife in such a manner as this. This is going to give us maximum control over our knife and prevent us from cutting ourselves. So I'm going to show you how to use this knife. I'll zoom in a little bit here so you can get a better look. Okay. Now, as you can see, I got some crusty old knife. You don't need a sharp knife. This is a little difficult with the camera right in my face, but we'll give it a go. So, first, when we cut off a big knob like that, we want to pull and move the blade up and towards us. This will prevent it from leaving gouges in your model. Now, this is a rounded knee pad, so we're going to turn the blade away from us and pull towards us. And this will allow us to scrape off tiny amounts so that we can get a nice rounded and smoothed knee pad. Now really, the issue here is leverage, right? Now a lot of this stuff, you want to cut off. You don't feel like you have enough leverage, but we're going to use it like a crab claw to pinch and shave off small amounts of plastic at a time until we get close enough where we can turn the blade away, scrape across the surface until it becomes nice and smooth. It's really simple. Now, here you can see we got a real nasty mold line. It's real long. We got some big old burrs on here to clean off. And this is kind of a tricky piece to clean, because if you take your model and you scrape down it, you'll leave a flat spot. And this is obviously a rounded object. So to do a rounded object, we want to go across the mold line. As you can see, I'm not even really like moving the knife. I'm mostly moving the model so that the knife blade goes across the curve. You'll find lots of these curves on things, not just a Eldar Bright Lines here, but on the Space Marine shoulder pad, all kinds of parts, knee pads. Well, we don't have any flat spot. I mean, it almost looks like it when you see it in the glare, but there isn't actually any flat spot there. And the only way you'd get it any better is if it was actually made and produced better. But, that's not the nature of our hobby. The nature of our hobby is to take this funky plastic and turn it into something beautiful art, right? As you can see, like I use my wrist to rotate the knife around the model. But you can also like just move your whole hand. Let's and this kind of action is the action you want to get. Now, a lot of time your thumb will in fact come in contact with this part of the blade here. You may get some tiny micro cuts, nothing deep enough to bleed. You're going to be using your thumb joint here, your knuckle, as like a break on this part of the knife. You'll eventually build up calluses and you'll never ever cut yourself again from these little tiny micro cuts. You'll never even feel it unless you've been sitting here doing this for hours and hours, and usually only if you're doing that with a brand new blade on your knife. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't think I've cut myself or bled any, probably 30 years of this hobby. And it really just comes down to how you hold your knife and how you exercise control over that blade. As you can see, the majority of the time the blade is actually facing away from me when I'm doing this kinds of stuff. I rarely ever have to turn it towards me, towards my thumb or towards my finger. This rotating action you see me doing, this is how you keep a nice rounded shape to your object. As you can see, this burr on the top here is quite large, and I'm going to have to go farther down the side to continue to keep that round shape. Otherwise, you'll dig a groove or a flat spot on the top of it, and that's what you want to avoid that. Now, you can see there's a little tiny bit of nub there. It doesn't want to come off very well without, like, if I continue to scrape this nub, the nub will stay there and it'll just make everything else around it smaller. So we're going to turn it towards us. Now, look how little movement I'm actually moving this knife. And that's because I'm using my knuckles and my thumb to act as a brake to maintain maximum control over the blade. And this is how you hold your knife. Hope you guys have learned something from watching this video. I hope it keeps you from shedding too much blood on your models and your workspace and getting it on your clothes or whatever, or even just looking embarrassing while you're making your own videos. If you like this content, if you enjoyed my instructional today, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any other questions about any other type of model or shape that you think I should cover with the knife. I look forward to hearing it, and we'll see if we can't make you a little short about it. Good luck. Happy hobbying.